Hey, Deirdre Burnette here, founder of LifeCoachNation.Life. Today we're talking about my book, Culture That Kills. All right, it's about seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. And I am going to take a little bit out of this book and we're going to talk about it, okay? So I wrote in here, to war is to sustain campaign against. It is very crucial in war that one, first of all, know and understand what the fight is for, and secondly, for one to know and understand what the opposing campaign consists of. What is the end result? What am I fighting for? Who am I fighting for? Who am I fighting against? Where is my weaponry? Where is the battlefield? Where is refuge? All right, so I also wrote, brothers and sisters, we must war with knowledge. To war ignorantly is automatic capture behind opposing forces and eventual bondage behind enemy lines. Some may say, I'm not fighting, but oh yes you are. There are no neutral camps. To even think that you are not fighting is to already be a POW, a prisoner of war. To even think that you are not fighting is to already be a victim to deception tactics from the enemy of your soul. All right, so we are in a war. The battle is the Lord's, it's not ours, but we are soldiers on this battlefield. All right, so it is very important to know who your ally is, who your enemy is, what this battle even is all about. And the battle is about idolatry. It is about people turning from the one true Elohim, the one true God, to the created. Years ago, I'll tell you a little story. Years ago, I asked the Lord, I said, Lord, what is this battle all about? What is this all about? I was probably like in my 40s then, and I'm in my mid 50s now. Or I may have even been in my 30s, late 30s. But I said, Lord, what is this battle all about? Because, growing up, you would hear people say, man, when I get rich, I'm going to win the lottery. When I get rich, I'm going to do this. When I get rich, or I'm going to do this in life. I'm going to do this in life. And it would never happen. It wouldn't happen for them. People would die. And I remember as a little girl, I would like hear people saying stuff. But then when I became grown myself, I saw that a lot of people was already in the grave and they didn't fulfill what they was supposed to fulfill in life. So whenever I was like I said, in my late 30s or sometimes in my 40s, I started asking the Lord, I said, Lord, what is this battle all about? And he didn't answer me right away, but I remember one day I was riding down the road and everything, and in my mind's eye, I just saw this vision of like a TV screen. You know how back in the day, whenever the TV would go off at a certain time, and it'd just like start like getting like real, blurred. So I would see like a blurred picture that seemed like it was trying to come in, but it wouldn't come in, and I was like, what is that? Because it was really designed, now that I look back, it was designed to start catching my attention, so that whenever the Lord actually spoke, it would have had my attention. So, but I didn't know that at the time. So then about a couple of weeks later, it did the same thing. And I was like, what is that? Because at that point, mind you, now I'm a watchman and everything. But at that point, I was going through training, little did I know, but the Lord was training me during that time, which he's still training me, but he was training me during that time. So he had to approach me in that way, because he knew that if he would have just probably came out talking, I may not have caught it. So he did that like 2 or 3 times, and then the last time he did it, at that point, that's been years ago, I was going to this church, and the praise and worship team was up singing. So all of a sudden, I was just standing there, like clapping my hands and stuff. And then I just like went into like a daze. I felt myself going into like a daze. And I know now it was like an open vision. So all of a sudden that blurred like TV screen like thing came across my eyes. Now praise and worship was going on all around me, but I was gone. You know what I'm saying? So so the Lord said, "Do you want me to tell you what this battle is all about?" And yeah. I said, "Yeah, Lord," because I knew it was Him, you know. And so He, in that little blurred TV screen, focus just started coming in, and it took me back to like a vision of like Adam and Eve, and then a vision of Nimrod building the Tower of Babel, and then it took me to like Elijah and Jezebel, you know, Elijah fighting the false prophets and everything. And then it took me, I can't remember everything that it took me to, but it was just taking me to different scenes. And I was like, I was just, you know, standing there. At that point, I wasn't clapping my hands. I was just standing there. And then he said, this whole battle is about idolatry. People turning from me, you know, turning from me and worshiping the created, the idols that they put in their heart. This is all about idolatry. And I was just in that daze, even after praise and worship was over, and I was just sitting there, and the minister was, you know, preaching and everything, and I was still in that daze. And I was just like, I mean, I wasn't walking like no zombie, but my mental capacity was like, just like, you know, under that cloud of glory and everything that I experienced, you know, that word of knowledge, I was just like, wow. And even at that point, I was married, and me and my ex-husband, we got in the car and everything, and we were getting ready to go eat. But he even noticed that, you know, he said, what you thinking about? And I said, man, today, and I told him about it and everything. And he was like, wow, you know. So this whole battle is about idolatry. And I don't know exactly what the scripture is, but it says, little children, keep your heart from idols. Keep your heart from idols. So in this world and everything, so many people come through this world. You know, they come through this world and then they leave out of this world. But if you are not in tune with the one who gives you life, if you are not in tune with the one who actually allowed you to come here to this earth, then guess what? You just like aborting dreams. You are aborting the vision. You are aborting what the Lord has put you here for. All right. Many people walk out their destiny, but so many more don't. Okay. And then you go chasing after idols, and you go chasing after your own desires and everything that never come to pass. Sometimes some of these things do come to pass, but they end in death. Okay. So I just wanted to share that. You have to know why you are here. You got to know the battle. And you have to choose which side you're going to be on, because there's only two sides. It ain't no neutral ground. There is no neutral ground. So I just want to leave you with that. And I hope everyone is doing well. And again, I'm Deirdre Burnette of LifeCoachNation.life. And until we meet again, thank you.